How many busted cards can they fit into Ikoria? The answer is a lot, and there's more today, and this is nutty, man. We got a couple, not one but two, infinite combos from Ikoria, Lair of Behemoths. Spoilers. That's a mouthful for a set. Was there ever a set with a longer name than that? I'd like to hear about it. I can't think of one off the top of my head. But yeah, we're going to dive into these. Pretty bonkers what we're about to see here. So to start things off, Lead the Stampede. I like that this green card was reprinted. This is a card I've used in budget decks before, and it's great just for 3, especially like an elf build or something tribal. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal any number of creature cards from among them and put the revealed cards into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. That is an amazing budget card. Again, I am seeing a lot of potential in this set for like budget builds. Maybe not to be competitive, but at least really fun to play with sort of an edge, you know? But I'm liking what I see. Regal Leosaur. Oh, them Leos, man. Watch out for those Leos out there. For Deuce, creature, dinosaur, cat. It's got to mutate for 3 with the hybrid and Boros. Whenever this creature mutates, other creatures you control get +2/+1 until end of turn. I mean, if you can really mutate this card quite a few times for dirt cheap, I mean, that could get out of control. You mutate this thing twice. That's nuts. Some of this creature mutates other creature. No, you just mutate it once. I guess it doesn't stack, but I guess it could stack if you mutate it twice in the same turn. Sure, but that's a lot of mana. Probably not going to happen, but that's another cat. And there's dinosaurs in there too. Something to behold. Then we have Splendid Ultimatum. Joey Moss did the worst edit of this card. Yeah, I know. Paint Shop's crazy, huh? Splendid Ultimatum. Big old 7-drop. And it's a sorcery. I like this card, but then I don't like this card. And this is probably one of the weaker ultimatums that we have seen. This is for sure the weakest ultimatum we've seen. But for 7 and sorcery, target player gains 5 life. Splendid Ultimatum deals 5 damage to any target, and you draw 5 cards. I get the whole 5 thing going on here. You know, 5 life, 5 damage, and 5 cards. Drawing 5 cards is a lot. That's almost filling up your entire hand, you know. That's a lot of card draw. And then 5 life, I think that's the weak sauce in this. I really do. It absolutely is. There's no two ways about it, you know. If it said 10 life, I could argue that this card isn't, it's not terrible, but I could argue that it would be a little better. I don't know. And then Splendid Ultimatum deals 5 damage to any target. Really, I mean, they should have upped these things. The 5 card draw could have stayed, but man, 5 cards is a lot. You could win it. You could close out a game with 5 cards. But the 5 life is weak, and the 5 damage, I think, is a little weak too, but it is to any target. I mean, that could be a planeswalker, a creature. That could be your mom's neighbor. I mean, who cares? It's any target. So, I mean, that can devastate. But I think the whole 5 life is a little weak. And I've heard other people saying the same thing. So, yeah, there's that. Then we have Slitherwisp, which is a 3-drop. Creature, Elemental, Nightmare. A lot of hype around this card. Now, I'm very excited for it, but I'm also like, ugh, why? Why, Watsy? Okay? Creature, Elemental, Nightmare. It has Flash. It's not a legendary. Keep that in mind. So you can have multiples of these on the battlefield. Whenever you cast another flash spell, draw a card, and each opponent loses 1 life. Not only are you drawing cards, but you're draining your opponent. Dimir, I think Dimir is back. Just with this card alone, you can really get out of hand with things. Now, the obvious thing a lot of us are thinking about is that whole annoying flash build, you know, that really, it competes, man. You got your Spectral Sailor, your Brineborn Cutthroat, your Brazen Borrower. All these are great cards that have flash, and not only that, but you get to draw cards. Not only that, but this card draws more cards after that, you know? It's really ridiculous. But what else can we do with this? Just a few ideas. There's a newer card from Ikoria, Dirge Bat. It's a 4-drop. It has flash as well with the mutate, and it's a flying 3/3 for only 4. And then when this creature mutates, destroy target creature or planeswalker opponent controls. Then you have something like Omen of the Dead, which is a flash card for just 1, a nice 1-drop. So drawing a card and draining your opponent, and then also at the end you could scry something, is pretty amazing too. Plus you're returning card from your graveyard to your hand. That's a lot of things going on at once there. And then something I just threw in there, Blacklands Paragon. I don't think knights are going to be a thing, but this is one knight that is flash in. It does have Death Touch, and it does have Lifelink. And you can target a knight, any knight. It doesn't have to be. It could be. It doesn't have to be Blacklands. It could be something else, which is pretty cool. So that's just some more ideas. What I'm disappointed in is this right here. I got really excited when I first read the card, but then at further glance, if you read this carefully, okay, so Leyline of Anticipation and Vivien, what do? If Leyline of Anticipation is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the battlefield. You may cast spells as though they had flash. And I'm like, wow, Slitherwisp. Holy crap, man. That's an amazing card for this, you know? But it doesn't work just like that. Same with Vivien, Champion of the Wilds. You may cast creature spells as though they had flash. Slitherwisp, it reads, whenever you cast another spell with flash, you draw a card. So you have to actually have flash. These cards both say you may cast creature spells as though they had flash, or you may cast a spell as though it had flash. It doesn't actually have flash. It's just like, well, just imagine, you know, it could have flash. So that's the only downside. I got really hyped because I was like, wow, these two cards, all this synergy is just stupid, you know, but it doesn't work out that way. Pretty cool card. It's going to see a lot of play, without a doubt. Then we have something like Winata, Joiner of Forces. I think this came off Arena or something because, yeah, of the edit done here or whatever. Legendary creature, Human Warrior. Whenever a non-human creature you control attacks, look at the top 6. That's a lot. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put a human creature card from among them onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. It gains indestructible once one of turn. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. That's pretty cool. It's any human, you know, you can just throw on down there. So, and you may put a human card. If it was more, if it was like multiple humans, I think that'd be phenomenal. I think the card is okay. Maybe I'm underestimating this card's potential, but it is a 4-drop. It also is it's a big 4-drop because it's got 4/4 already. That's not too bad. It's legendary though. I think the 6 is great. You can look at the top 6 and you're going to get a pretty good human out of that. But if it was multiples, I think if it was like you may put any number of humans on the battlefield, they could even done 4. You know, look at the top 4 and put any number of humans on the battlefield. That would have been sweet. I think it's a little underwhelming. I don't think it's that great of a card. I mean, that's just me. Call me crazy. What do you guys think on that one? I'm not a huge fan, though. I think it's okay. Now, here's a card that's a bit silly here. Yes, Kenan Bonder Prodigy. This is one of the cards that can go infinite. And Leyline of Abundance. These are like best friends. Maybe we're going to see competitive play, Leyline of Abundance. We all know it's a great card. If you ever just messed around and you're having a good old jolly time at a bunch of mana dorks, you run something like Leyline of Abundance, you know, when you're versing your friends or whatnot. But really, on the competitive level, we haven't seen Leyline of Abundance do much in Standard, at least. So Kenan Bonder Prodigy. It's a 2-drop Simic, legendary creature, human druid. It's got a 2/2 body. Whenever you tap a non-land permanent for mana, add 1 mana of any type that permanent produced. That's pretty cool. And then for 7, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a non-human creature card from among them onto the battlefield. That's pretty big. It goes right on the battlefield. That's great. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Put put a non-human creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. Sorry, I'm stuttering today. Stuttering Stanley. Anyone? Movie? But that's really cool. And Leyline of Abundance would just make this even better, you know? And we do have quite a few dorks in Standard. I'm not going to go over all of them. But something that, and I think it's going to be a great play in Standard, but something that makes this even crazier outside of Standard is something like Basalt Monolith. This makes it just go infinite. We'll see you later. Whenever you tap a non-land permanent for mana, add 1 mana of any type that permanent produced. So what this card reads, it doesn't untap to your untap step. Who cares? Add 3 colorless to your mana pool. For 3, untap Basalt Monolith. So you tap it, and then you just add 2. Or you add 4. So you're untapping. You have one left over every single time you do that. It just goes infinite. And you can play whatever stupid creatures you want, whatever stupid spells you want. You just go infinite on them. Whoopity-doo. It's a heck ton of fun. It's a great way to stay in shape also. But that's just one example of how to go infinite. I think this Bonder Prodigy is actually a very, very good card. It's a lot of fun. Now, it's only 2. You can easily shock it, get rid of it. That's kind of a downside. You know, maybe run something with +1/+1 counters. When I know the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. That might keep it alive a little longer. Your hasty builds are just going to destroy this thing left and right. But besides that, it seems like a really cool card. I think it's going to see a heck ton of play. Then we have Fire Prophecy and Vulpikeet. 4-drop over here. Mutate, flying. Whenever this creature mutates, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Pretty legit. That's the alternate art. I think we went over that yesterday. Fire Prophecy is a 2-drop. Fire Prophecy deals 3 damage to target creature. You may put a card from your hand on the bottom of your library. If you do draw a card, I think that's pretty neat. I mean, if you just want to get rid of a card, you know, we'll see you later. So that is something to consider. Then we have Zirda the Dawnwaker. I went over this yesterday, and this is something I did come across on Reddit yesterday. And I just neglected to put it into a video. But let's see how the stupid ways you can go infinite. So what this card does, each permanent card in your starting deck has an activated ability. That's cool. Abilities you activate that aren't mana abilities cost 2 less to activate. Can't reduce it to less than 1 mana. So what does that do? You're looking at it, pal. Basalt Monolith, yet again. This is more commander stuff, okay? Everything here is just commander-wise, all right? Because I think some of these cards are banned in other formats. Basalt Monolith and Grim Monolith. Both of these cards with Zirda the Dawnwaker goes infinite. Endless amounts of mana. Untap, do some fun stuff. Haru, hooray, hurrah. This breaks it down, so this only costs 2. This breaks it down, so it only costs 1. This one will get you going there a lot faster. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Just imagine this with that other card. I mean, wow. Like, it's just bonkers. You'll probably never see that happen, but really cool that you can go infinite. That is insane. Of course, it's going to be a little difficult to get these out. You have to maybe tutor up your Grim Monolith or your Basalt Monolith. But man, once you get Zirda out, it's a legendary creature. So you come across these 2 puppies, you're good to go, baby. And there are quite a few cards that could tutor up some stuff. I don't know if they can tutor up these cards in those colors, but needless to say, very interesting little synergy there. You might be asking, Joey, why do you have foil 97167? It's a reminder, because when I was younger, I sold off my entire Urza's collection. I'll say it one last time. I said it in the last video. We just did a box battle between, what is it? The mystery box. Split it right down the middle, and 2 people battled it out. You could check out that video at the end of this one. Really, really cool. Value matters. One person takes the entire box. The loser gets nothing. But Grim Monolith, I covered this in that video. I sold off my entire collection. Play sets of unplayed stuff, like all Urza. Urza Legacy, Urza Destiny, Urza Saga. I had one of these. $971.67, and I didn't play it. Man, am I just kicking myself really hard right now. Sorry, a little off center here, but it's only for this one. Wow, just unbelievable. Anyway, infinite stuff. Continuing. Unpredictable Cyclone. There's the little extended art version of it. This is a neat card. If a cycling ability of another non-land card would cause you to draw a card, instead, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a card that shares a card type with the cycled card. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost, and put the exiled cards that weren't cast this way on the bottom of your library in a random order. It's got cycling for 2. I think that's really cool. Anything that you can just play for free is really, really obnoxious. And it just makes for really fun little janky builds. But I mean, this could be something also in a commander build, but I mean, really, this could be something in standard as well. I like the art on it. I like the style. I like everything about it, man. It's pretty sweet. We'll see what it does. Then we have the lands. That's right. The new lands with the alternate art versions. I threw them all on here. Here's Ketria Triomi. Whatever, man. Ketria. There you go. It's a forest island mountain. Really cool that it gives all 3 of those. So it takes on all 3 of those types. The forest, the island, and the mountain. It comes into play tapped, unfortunately, like everything else. Enters a battlefield tapped, and it has cycling for 3. And yeah, it's green, blue, or red. Pretty legit. Then we have the Swamp Forest Island. This is a complete cycle of cycle lands. I know, but these are fresh, baby. These are fresh, new, and they are looking beautiful. Still not 100% sold on this art. What do you guys think of it? The whole comic book art? I think it's a nice little throwback. I do think it's a little, I don't know. It'll probably grow on me, I'm sure. But it's one of those, like, the new arts that's just so shocking. It's like, whoa, what happened? Where did this come from, you know? But here's another one, really legit. This one's in red, white, and black this time. And then we have the blue, red, and white Rogren. There you go. Island, mountain, plains. And lastly, Indatha over here. Very, very cool. Everything looks like crystals. We're in a crystal plane, are we not? Pretty legit. That looks like a creature out there. I think that is a creature. Not sure what's going on there. That almost looks like an Emrakul hiding. Something going on there. Lastly, we have Easy Prey for 2 and Porku Parrot. There you go. Easy Prey is a deuce drop. Destroy target creature with converted mana cost 2 or less. It has cycling for 2. Complete sideboard card. And that's that. That's the end of that. That's it. Unless, I guess... No, it's a complete sideboard card for anyone running Cycle with black, okay? I can't see it being played elsewhere unless there's a lot of 2-drops in every single deck that we're about to hit in the new meta. Then we have a good old Parrot over here. It's got the Mutate for 3, and then if you tap it, this creature deals X damage to any target where X is the number of times this creature has mutated. Legit, give it protection. Just keep it on the battlefield. You know, it might do something there. If it was X damage, oh, it is X damage to any target. Yeah, if you could give this thing protection and just keep it on the battlefield forever, that's pretty cool. Give it hexproof or something, you know, and just keep mutating this thing. You can have some fun with it. But competitive play, no, probably not going to happen. But really interesting, though. So there you guys have it. Ikoria Lair of Behemoths. Let me know your thoughts on this one. It was a little quicker of a video. I'm sure we're going to have a few more roll out. I think we're about 60% complete with the Ikoria Lair Behemoth spoilers. But I'm sure Wizards is going to save a few huge booms for the end. But if you guys did enjoy this video, by all means, take a moment. Hit that like button. It does help out a lot. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on the set. You know, it seems like a lot of chaos is going on here. And check out the other mystery box opening we just did on the channel. It's really cool. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as always, skadink, skadank, PLA, skadoosh.